Joining me now to discuss this subject is our next guest, Andrii Osadchuk, Ukrainian MP. Hello, sir, and welcome to TVP World.
Good evening. Thank you for having me here.
Now, I might actually ask a twisted question, but I do need an answer for that. Why do you think it took so long for the US Congress to pass this aid bill? Some argue it might have happened even 6 months ago, potentially saving thousands of civilian lives. So what is your perspective on this delay?
Yeah, that's true that the original plan was to receive this decision in the end of October, beginning of November last year. So we lost almost 6 months, not just waiting. We were at fight every day and every night, losing people, losing territories, losing infrastructure. And especially during last 1.5 months, we have a huge deficit of almost any type of ammunition, which creates not just a threat, a huge losses for Ukrainian military and Ukrainian civilians. Look, we are at that situation that I'm not going to criticize the internal political fight in the United States. In reality, it was understood even in the middle of 2023 that all this year, both parties in the United States will fight for a presidential chair. And as it was during decades, competitive political organizations, they're ready for everything but to succeed in this political fight. Unfortunately, we're at that reality that internal political fight has significant consequences because like the big war in Europe, the war in Ukraine cannot wait while people in Washington will decide who is smart and who is stronger. But it looks like emotions a little bit went down. I think especially after attack on Israel, finally, majority of decision makers, they understood that the risk is huge, not only for Ukraine, but we're talking about the national interest of the United States of America, of NATO allies and European Union. And finally, the decision was taken. Yes, it's not final, as you mentioned in your previous short episode. We wait for final decision on Senate. But it looks that nothing will stop this decision, and the final voting will be done next Tuesday. And as we were promised, I think publicly, it's not a secret information anymore, that the American side will try to provide deliveries as soon as possible, something like within a week. But still, nobody is familiar exactly with the specification of deliveries. Yes, ATACMS was directly mentioned in the bill which was voted, but you know that there are a lot of different types of ATACMS, plus it doesn't specify the quantity. So that's why we will see what exactly type of ammunition will be delivered to Ukraine. If you allow me another detail, because your previous episode was mostly about money, and during today, I heard a lot of comments that Ukraine will receive $61 billion of US support. Let's be very clear that almost 75% of this amount will stay in the United States of America. So this money will never go to Ukraine. And in reality, we don't need this money because we cannot fight with US dollars bills. We need ammunition. We need rounds. We need military equipment. And soldiers and officers on the front line, they don't care how much does it cost. They need it physically to be present. So 75% of all this amount of from 61 billion will stay in the United States and will be a direct investment, in fact, to American manufacturing of military equipment. In fact, it is money which will boost internal production in the United States, and something like 16-17 billion of dollars will be a direct support to Ukraine. So said that, it is a win-win decision, which is from one side is helping America to reload its military manufacturing. From another side, yes, it's absolutely critical for Ukraine today, because as I said already, we are in extreme shortage of everything. So for us, it's a decision of life and death.
And speaking of critical now, you as an MP, how do you view the immediate impact of this aid package on the ground in Ukraine? Are there any specific areas or regions that urgently need the assistance outlined in the bill?
Look, all frontline needs an assistance. We everywhere need an assistance. We have shortage everywhere. But as I was saying even a year and a half ago, we will be able to change the picture of this war if we will be able to attack Russian logistics, Russian military depots, Russian Air Force base, which they use for strategic bombers to attack Ukraine almost every day. So we need long-range capabilities. That's the way how we can break Russian military, and that's the way how we can make a turnaround in this war. But generally speaking, I think this decision is give us significant hope and significant chance to win this war. From another hand, we shall understand that times fly very fast. I think this military support will be consumed pretty much fast, maybe in the 6, 7, 8 months. So probably it will be enough for 2024. But I think already now we need to think with what military equipment, with what military ammunition we will fight in 2025.
And having that in mind, what do you think now that should happen next when it comes to now collaboration of European Union with the United States? How do you think that this should pan out so that Ukraine not only would survive this, but also could thrive? And so we could say that, for instance, a couple of years' time, it would be part of European Union because it will be a country at peace.
I think the House decision was very important also for United States of America, because this decision supported the reputation of the United States of America as a world leader, because we all remember how many times American president and top American politicians promised Ukraine that they will stay with Ukraine as long as it takes. And definitely this 6 months break didn't work well for US reputation, but finally they changed in the picture. At the same time, I think this decision was extremely important for unity in NATO and unity in European Union. Because for European Union, it's absolutely clear that it's not some kind of regional conflict or border conflict. It's the confrontation between Russia, Iran, North Korea, and partially China against free world. That's exactly what Putin repeated dozens and dozens of times publicly. So he doesn't hide anything. So that's why I think this decision will extremely positively influence on the unity of European Union, and hopefully will boost European Union for more active decision on providing military support in Ukraine. Because as I'm repeating for the second year, each Russian tank which we burn in Ukraine, each Russian soldier which we kill in Ukraine, reduce the chance that Polish or French or German military will have to fight with Russia. So that's the national interest of European countries to provide Ukraine with military support. It's the best safety investment, if you want, for the moment, to guarantee their prosperity and safety in Europe.
Beautifully said. And well, that means that we do have to now keep an eye on the Senate vote, and let's hope that the aid reaches Ukraine swiftly. Now, Andrii Osadchuk, Ukrainian MP, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.